can relate with the very thing that love represents. When we think about the heart, we think about love. We think about the joy that comes out of our hearts, We want it to be good. We want our hearts to live long and strong, right? So we learned about the functions of our heart, knowing what the heart does and that it's a central player of our very being. But did you know how much our heart does to allow us to live out who we are in God? Did you know that all of the things that we love about the heart, like these heart emojis, heart earrings, I love these earrings, a heart rock that I found in the Caribbean Sea, a heart face massager for my face, t-shirts with hearts and love on it. And even I found potatoes in my potato bags to cook with that look like a heart. I'll show that to you later. I still love all of these things, but none of these things even add up to what the heart is really about. Lamp in your heart, open your heart. Let his light shine in your darkness. Let his light shine in your darkness. Lamp in your heart. Welcome to my channel, Lamp in Your Heart, where we deal with the matters of our hearts before they deal with us. I'm your host, Natasha. Welcome to my channel. All right, let's chat. Mesmerized every time I look at the autonomy of our human body, especially to find out the functions of what our heart really does for us. Like, I just couldn't believe that our heart doesn't just beat, but it actually does a lot more to keep us surviving and living today. So I'm just so grateful for that. And I'm just grateful for the knowledge so we know who we're working with, right? It's just not good for us to live this life and not really have any clue or any idea of what exactly we were given. Because God created this wonderful body and got it to do so many things for us so that we could be humans and alive right now. So thank God for that. I was always somebody who loved hearts. I don't know about you, like heart emojis that you send to your friends, to your family, always putting that little heart like at the end of everything you say. I think it just gives that special touch, when you send somebody something. I'm just so into emojis. Like, there's so many. We could express ourselves and just be by just sending different emojis, especially the heart one, right? We're talking about. So let's stick with that. Now, the heart one, I love to send those ones, right? And then the t-shirt you wear that has the heart on it. Look at my t-shirt today. It says love. Oh, wow. Don't we feel warm and cozy when we just think of love and we think about the heart, the picture of the heart. It's such a warm, such an inviting, such a pleasant feeling, right, that you get when you think of love. I don't know, like, it's just something that's just so good. Now, I even went to the Caribbean Sea and I was searching for rocks that I wanted to put in a jar, right? And I was going to collect them. So we were going around the beach looking for rocks. And lo and behold, look what I found, guys. A rock that looks like the shape of a heart. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I really need to keep this one. I kept this one so close to me because I was just like, look at God. He knows where to find me, boy. In the ocean, out of all of the places I went to, I came to that beach and found this rock. I had to keep this. It's like forever going to be with me. Such a keepsake, So I just thank God like so much for showing his expression of love in every way. And even I was even cooking one day, gonna make some mashed potato or use potato in a meal that I was making. Yes, I found a potato that looked like a heart. I was like, look at that. Another expression of love. And you know what I love to sprinkle on my food when I cook is love. Yes, you got it. LOVE. It's such a beautiful way of expressing yourself. I love it all, okay? I just love to love. All right. But on a real note, right? We can look at all of these things like the keychains with the heart, the earrings that I have, even these ones that I'm wearing have a heart on it. You know, I'm representing love all around, but we know that these are just symbols and representation that depicts love, but it isn't life. So this is where we have to go past the symbols and actually deal with what comes out of our heart, and that's life, okay? So I used to have the idea that the heart represented love. Just remembering back in the days, you used to hear those love songs and the R&B music, and used to daydream of one day, finding your true love. So you'd feel so good about it. Like, oh, one day you're just going to have that love. All right. And then those songs used to speak about the way your heart should feel and just the way it would feel getting this type of love. But in reality, let me tell you, you ready to hear this? I experienced life, okay? I went through heartbreaks and I realized I was just doing too much. What's going on, girl? You're leaking. Your heart breaks. And this whole heart that we have that does so much for us takes on so much of life's beating, so much of life's disappointments, so much heartbreaks, so much betrayal, so much rejection, so many different things. And then we have to realize that we're lifing. We really are. And these things are flowing out of our hearts. So when I realized I was doing too much, I didn't get it back then. I just didn't get it, and I didn't understand why. All right. So life and all of our issues come from our heart, and we don't always receive love in our own lives. It's true. Some of us have gone through some really harsh and cold and very scary life experiences, right? So love to them is foreign. It's like, I never knew this type of love. And I know it's hard to go through a life like that where you don't know what the beauty of love is. And I'm telling you, it took me a long time to really understand love until I met Jesus. Jesus showed me what real love is about. I thought it was the music. I even thought, these symbols, like, you could rock these all you want. It's good. Like, it's okay to have these, but just know that this is not enough. These symbols aren't enough. At the end of the day, you really need love, true love, a love that loves you. And you can love it back. And you know that it pours in you and you could pour, and it pours in you, you could pour back into it. And you could get back. It's just not a take kind of love. It's not a using type of love. It's not a love that has its own intentions, its own agenda. It's a love that loves you very rich and pure and holy and deep. It's very deep, okay? So, I think it is truly heartfelt, the amount that we have to bear. It really is. But with God's wisdom and us gaining the understanding, we can use this knowledge to apply what He says to live our lives, okay? So now we're going to go into the Word of God, where we're going to try to understand what exactly does God say about our hearts? So in Proverbs 4 verse 23, it says, let's go to that. Proverbs 4:23. So it says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. It says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Okay? I think that this is such a great advice for us to know that above everything else, we are to do what? We are to guard our hearts. Okay? So what does that look like? Like when we think about guarding our hearts, because our hearts are inside, right? And we don't really have access to be like, in front of the heart. But we know that there are certain things that we might want to do, that our hearts desire us to do, or we might want to say certain things because we feel a certain way. When that person ticks you off and you really want to put them in their place, but that's not going to be the right thing for you to say, then you will guard yourself. Like you will realize, oh, no, I can't do that. I say that. When you know that you could easily take something at a store because there's easy access, you realize the person ain't looking, different people aren't around, you have access, and you're in a time of need where you don't got a lot. You might feel like, you know what, I could just take this, and it might tell you to take it, but you feel like you would realize, no, I can't do that because it's not right. So this is how you guard yourself. We know before that we'd have to keep watch and guard our hearts like a guard keeps watch. So that's another example. You see like somebody guarding a prison door, or maybe guarding your home while you sleep because they're keeping watch, making sure nobody goes in, and nobody is able to go in. So like one day, from my own experience, I was having a conversation with my spouse, and my emotions were brewing, okay? I was feeling a certain way about what was going on. So how I was feeling was about to make me say something. And I just recall the Lord letting me know, this is how you guard yourself. Because I knew how I was feeling, and I knew what was about to come. Like I was feeling like this is what I wanted to say right now. And then God reminded me, guard yourself. So I just controlled the way I felt, and I didn't say what I was about to say. Okay, so I caught myself in how I was feeling. So I guarded how my emotions wanted to react, because had I released what was to come, the conversation, it would have escalated. Yeah, it definitely would have escalated.